Hi, I'm Dion and welcome to leavingcertmathsvideos.com. Now here we just have an equation. We're asked to find the value or values of x. The simplest way to do this equation is just, we want to get rid of the square root straight away. So what we'll do here is we'll square both sides. So we'll square both sides, and 3 we're allowed to do this. So root 2x plus 3 times root 2x plus 3 is equal to 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3. Now, when we multiply these two terms out by each other, it's just any number squares itself, which pretty much equals 2x plus 3. And here, we just multiply this out, that's equal to 4x squared minus 3 is minus 6x. Be careful when you do this now not to just say minus 6x and then just multiply your negative 3's. It's negative 6x, so that's negative 12x. A lot of you might go wrong there, I went wrong there myself. And then it's plus 9 at the end. So we want to get all our terms on one side and leave it equal to 0. It looks like a quadratic equation. So that implies 0 is equal to, remember always leave your positive x squared. So we move over to the right hand side. 4x squared negative 14x plus 6, and that's equal to 0. So it's equal to 0. So the factors of 4 are either 4 and 1 or 2 and 2. So we just have to look at this and examine which. What we can do here straight away is actually we can divide by 2. So we're going to divide across the whole way by 2. So that implies divide by 2 implies 2x squared minus 7x plus 3 is equal to 0. That'll leave it easier first. Of course, we have the 0 on the right hand side, so 0 divided by 2 is still 0. On the left hand side divided by 2 is 2x squared minus 7x plus 3. So this will be easier to work out. That's equal to 0. So we have to have 2x in one term, and we have to have x on the other, and we're going to have a 3 and a 1. So obviously the 3 is going to go on the right hand side, and the 1 is going to go here. So 2 3's are 6. We have this negative 7 here, so that means a negative 3 here and a negative 3 here. Yeah, that's our negative 1 there, sorry. So we multiply these two terms, we get positive 3, and 2x times negative 3 is negative 6x, negative x, which equals a 7x. So now we work that out. That implies that, well, I'll just do it quickly. We obviously know that x is equal to 3, or x is equal to a half. So that one was fairly straightforward. Our next question is, we're given an equation here, x squared minus 2x plus 5 is equal to 0, and we're asked to find what alpha squared plus beta squared is. Now, what we have to know here is alpha squared plus beta squared is equal to alpha plus beta all to be squared plus 2 alpha beta. Now we have to know that form. There are 3 different equations here that we have to know for this type of question. And in this case, we only need to know this equation here, but in other cases, if you want to be fully confident in this question, you're going to have to know all 3 formulas. So, really what we want to do is find alpha plus beta squared and alpha beta, so that's pretty straightforward. Alpha plus beta is equal to minus b over a. That implies that alpha plus beta is equal to 2. Is equal to 2. And we know we're also asked alpha beta. Well, if you know your formula, that means it's equal to 5. So alpha squared plus beta squared is equal to alpha plus beta all to be squared plus 2 alpha beta. So alpha plus beta all to be squared plus 2 squared plus 2 times alpha beta, which is 5. And that's 4 plus 10 is equal to 14. That's very straightforward, that question. Might have a minus in there. Actually, sorry, that's negative 2 alpha beta. So negative 10 plus 4 equals negative 6. That's your solution. Now for the next part, we said find the quadratic equations whose roots are alpha plus 1 over alpha, comma, beta plus 1 over beta. So these are your two roots. Now we should know the formula here. When you're forming an equation with two roots, the formula is x squared minus x times sum of roots. Plus the product of roots. Is equal to 0. So basically we just work this out. X squared minus x times the sum of the roots. So that's the two roots added together. Alpha plus 1 over alpha plus beta plus 1 over beta plus the product of the roots. This is going to be a bit complicated now. So plus alpha plus 1 over alpha times beta plus 1 over beta. Now, so that's equal to x squared minus x times alpha plus beta plus 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta, which changes again in the next line. And that's plus alpha beta. A times B is alpha beta, then it's alpha over beta. Alpha over beta, then that's beta over alpha. And this is 1 over alpha beta. Let's move this down. So that's equal to x squared minus x times alpha plus beta plus 1 over alpha beta, 1 over alpha beta, b plus a. Now it's important when you're doing these questions. The main thing is that when we have all these terms here, we want to always get the terms in alpha plus beta or alpha beta terms, or what we have done earlier on is we have a solution for alpha squared plus beta squared. So we want to get that, and we want to work out, try to get all these terms in terms of them three terms. So plus alpha beta. Now here, it's very complicated. We have to kind of look at it and kind of assess for ourselves, what do we do here? What we can do is take out alpha beta as a factor. But that's just got it written down, it's kind of messy. 1 all over alpha beta into alpha squared plus beta squared plus 1. Now as you can see here, all the terms we have are very easy to identify with the formula. Sorry about that, the battery died. So now here we have an equation. We're just going to work this out. We're going to fill in the values. I have the values written down here so we won't get confused. So it's x squared minus x times alpha plus beta equals 2 plus 1 over alpha beta, which is 1 over 5, times beta plus alpha, which is 2 again, plus alpha beta, which is 5, plus 1 over 5, times alpha squared plus beta squared is equal to negative 6 plus 1 is equal to negative 5. That works out handy enough. So x squared minus x times 2 plus a fifth of 2. That is right, yeah. 2 plus 2 over 5. 2 over 5. Well, that's equal to 10 over 5. Right, 2 is equal to 10 over 5, so that's equal to 12 over 5. Just handy for the next line. Plus 5. Now, a fifth times negative 5 is negative 1, so plus 5, subtract 1 is plus 4. Now we're going to finish it up on this line here. So that's 12 over 5. So your answer is x squared minus x, x squared minus 12 over 5x plus 4 equal to 0. So that's the quadratic equation whose roots are alpha plus 1 over alpha and beta plus 1 over beta. That's your equation there.